Now, we will look into another important collaboration. Indeed, we are excited to announce the first STM32 MCUs to officially support Amazon Sidewalk network communication. To tell us more about this milestone and how it will benefit you, I'd like to welcome David Derrick, General Manager for Amazon Sidewalk. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Loris, for having me here today. I'm happy and excited to talk about this new offering.
Excellent. David, would you mind describing what Sidewalk is and how this benefits our users?
Sure. Amazon Sidewalk is a shared network that helps everyday devices connect instantly and securely to the cloud, inside and outside the home. It enables use cases like receiving alerts and notifications, finding devices, smart home control and management. In fact, we're seeing more and more use cases every day. But to better describe Sidewalk, I like to use the analogy to cellular networks. I believe we're all familiar with cellular networks and how when you're in an area that has good coverage, your phone has good signal strength and works like it's supposed to. But when you're in an area that has less signal strength, your phone slows down due to the poor connection. To solve that problem, the cellular networks install cell towers in those areas. So the next time that you go to that area, your phone connects with good signal strength and works as it's supposed to. So similar to cellular networks, Sidewalk uses Echo and Ring products as our cell towers, which we call our gateways. So when a customer purchases a Ring or Echo product and installs or plugs it in and turns on Sidewalk, they are providing coverage in that area. Today we have approximately 90% coverage of the United States. Sidewalk provides instant connect, reliable coverage for devices without requiring gateway installation. So when a Sidewalk device powers on, as long as it has coverage, it will instantly register, connect, and start communicating with the cloud.
Wow, this is a very impressive coverage. So the device connects to the Echo or Ring gateway. It doesn't need the customer Wi-Fi, right?
That's right. Sidewalk devices connect to the Ring or Echo product, and then it uses the already existing Wi-Fi connection. Another thing I wanted to mention is that Sidewalk was designed with security and privacy in mind. Each message goes through 3 layers of encryption, and we delete data that could show which customer's gateway that message came from. This helps keep the messages secure and also protects the privacy of the gateway owner. We also limit the amount of data used by the gateway customer. The data rates are limited to around 50 kilobits per second, and the amount of data used per customer account across all the gateways is limited to 500 megabytes per month. So if that customer's account reaches 500 megabytes, then we do not use any more data for that account for the rest of the month.
Well, that sounds really secure. And David, what are the different technologies that you support today to connect?
Yeah, we support 3 different ways to connect today. Bluetooth Low Energy, or BLE, which covers the home and surrounding area. We also support long range, which we call LoRa, covering the neighborhood and beyond. And last but not least, frequency shift keying, or FSK, which is a good balance of range, latency, and data rates. We also support switching between the 3, so the device can choose how to connect depending on availability and use case. I'm super excited that we now have STM32 available today to start connecting with Sidewalk. Loris, what use cases do you see this unlocking for your customers?
Well, sure, David. So one of the biggest differentiator of being able to connect with Sidewalk is that there doesn't need to be a gateway deployed, as the network is already there and ready to connect. STM32 supports all 3 connection methods that you mentioned. And although there are tons of use cases, one of the most popular use cases is a sensor where the device powers up and instantly connect without the consumer being involved. This is really powerful for appliances, for example, to get error codes, assisting customer support, being able to see what features the customer use and don't use, all without making the customer install an app just to connect to the Wi-Fi. Also, with 90% of coverage you have, we see a lot of interest in finding and tracking use cases. I noticed that the Ring's Mabel sensor connects to the Sidewalk now. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. The mailbox sensor is another great use case, as it's installed at the perimeter of the home, and in some cases, there are community mailboxes that are installed even further from the home where Wi-Fi cannot reach. But with Sidewalk coverage, the mailbox sensor is able to connect in these locations.
So let's say someone wants to get started. How do they send and receive data into the cloud?
To communicate to the device, this is done through AWS IoT Core. Once the device powers on and connects, Through AWS IoT, data can be sent and received. We have a Get Starting page on AWS IoT site that goes step by step on how to get set up and start communicating once the device connects. Loris, can you detail what solutions you have available today for Sidewalk, and if someone's interested in getting started, how do they start?
Sure, David. So we are happy to announce that our STM32WL55 and the STM32WBA5 now support Sidewalk. Our BLE-enabled MCU provide device connectivity to the Sidewalk network, while our LoRaWAN-enabled MCU provide the long-range communication for data transmission to an AWS cloud. I'm also proud to share one of our customers. We work with Subeka, an end-to-end water management platform in the USA that provides a cost-effective and scalable technology to empower utilities and their customers in the management of water resources. They're focusing and innovating and simplifying solutions that solve challenges in the water market. And they use Sidewalk qualified ST's wireless microcontroller in their products. Well, thank you, David, for sharing all of this with us.
Yeah, thank you
so
for having
much.
me.
Thank you.